You got your bone. Hey, do you want to go on a walk? Do you want to go to the river? Finally got myself one of these happy little salt jars. I mean, look how pretty. Gotta get some flaky salt on there. Oh yeah. Have you guys had a golden berry? Have you had a golden berry? I hadn't even heard of these things until somewhat recently. Don't they kind of look like a tomato? They're so tangy. The texture is kind of weird to describe. They're almost like a little sticky on the outside. I mean, they do kind of feel like a tomato, but they're like sweet and tangy and insanely delicious. Y'all ready for a little art project? All right, we're gonna get slightly crafty here. I've been wanting to put some frames right up here. I'm a huge fan of these Hovsta frames from IKEA. They're like not real glass, but they look really good. Now this is a photo I had in our bedroom. So I went to IKEA to buy more of these because I was like, oh, these will be perfect to have two behind the couch, but they were all out and the only thing they had left was this one that had like, this is broken. This is all damaged. So I bought these Riba frames, which are essentially the same, I think. I mean, they're not, as you can see. This like goes in and this doesn't, like they're not the same, but I think because they're the same size, I'm hoping that the like glass, it's not glass in here, will fit in here, and then I'll swap these out. That's actually what this is. I printed off some Etsy prints, so I'll show you guys. No, no, it's not the same size. Wait, is it? Oh, okay, are we in? Are we in? Okay, all right, that's better. That's what I thought. We are in, people. We are in. All right, let's see here. How pretty! Honestly, how happy is this wedding photo? Oh, I just love the joy. The joy! I'm gonna put this one back in the white frame for our bedroom. I just really wanted the white oak looking ones up here in my office. So let's swap these out. All right, look how good those look. I looked at a few different options off of Etsy, like abstract or more minimal art, but this just really got me. California poppies make me think of home, and now I just need to hang them. Now the question is, do I wait for my husband or do I try to do this myself? Okay, I posted a call on Instagram and on YouTube for Q&A questions from you guys. A lot of what I got was nutrition and health related questions. I think I might do a additional nutrition Q&A video coming up soon to cover all of that. But I did get some more personal questions and I thought it would be fun just to answer some of those here in this vlog. So Lindsay said, always ready to hear a love story. How did God bring you and your hubby together? This is a funny story. I feel like it would be really fun to have Cashmere on for a video sometime to tell y'all like our whole story, because it's quite the crack up. But we met in college, we met at a football game, go Frogs. I was actually dating someone else at the time, not super seriously, and I like knew that that relationship was ending soon, but Cashmere had his eyes set on me from the start. He was very flirtatious, to the point where I turned around and said, hey, you know I have a boyfriend, right? And he said, I can change that. That's my husband, y'all. We actually went on our first date shortly after that. And it was truly, like, it was literally the worst date either of us had ever been on. It was horrible for a variety of reasons. I'll have to get him on to tell you guys, because it's pretty funny. But yeah, I love thinking back to that night, that first date. If someone from the future had come and like told us, you know, you guys are gonna get married someday, we both would have just laughed. Like, we left that date being like, all right, that's never happening again. And here we are. God works in mysterious ways. He definitely had a plan all along. Now, I also got a question asking why we decided to stay in Texas versus California. So Cashmere and I actually both grew up in California. I grew up outside of San Francisco in the Bay Area, and Cashmere grew up in San Diego. And then we both came to Texas to go to TCU for college, and we met out here. And honestly, we just fell in love. We both fell in love with Fort Worth, Texas. We love this state. We love this city. Everyone talks about Austin and Dallas, but Fort Worth, man, Fort Worth is a gem. We have an amazing arts and culture scene. We have a great music scene. We have amazing restaurants. We have all those benefits of a big city, but it has more of a small town feel. It's a lot more spread out. So even our downtown doesn't have that like super congested downtown feel. We bought a house right out of college when we were engaged, when we were super broke and had no money. Like that is something that set us up financially. We couldn't have done that in California, which that's a whole separate story, how we got into renovating houses. We've renovated 6 houses together. That's a whole separate story. Weather and outdoor activities, like that's really, besides family, of course, like that's really what we miss about California. We both love hiking and just being outdoors, and not the same in Texas. Like we have trails that we'll go hike at here. It's clear, it's not the same. It's absolutely not the same. But we just really love the culture and the pace of life here. We love that the city is so family oriented. We really love our church community and our home here. Honestly, I feel like we have this dichotomy within us where we're both really adventurous. I like love the idea of moving to a new city. We talk all the time about like moving to another country, like going to live in Australia for a year or two. But I feel like we also have this desire to be connected and to be rooted, and we really do love, like we love our community here. We think it's important to like live in community with people, to live authentically with people that you share life with, and that's why we're still here. That's why we love it here. I think especially once we have kids, it'll obviously be harder to move, but we do keep talking about that. We wouldn't be able to just like pick up and hop around to new places unless Cashmere like also was a full-time entrepreneur. Right now he still has his 9-to-5 job, so maybe. Got some dreams coming up, so who knows. Okay, Caitlin asked why I don't wear a wedding band. This is very perceptive of you, Caitlin. This is my engagement ring, obviously. Cashmere designed this all himself. I did have a wedding band. When we got married, I had a separate band. I'll see if I can find a picture. But with my weight gain, after I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, I gained 50 pounds. I had a lot of swelling in lots of places in my body, and I was wearing my ring and I couldn't get it off. I actually shared about this in an Instagram post. It was honestly like a really dramatic moment for me, sitting on the bathroom floor. I had dental floss wrapped around my finger, trying everything I could to get this ring off my finger, and I just felt so defeated because I was already feeling so uncomfortable in that none of my clothes fit. Like it was a really hard moment to be like, my wedding ring doesn't fit. It took me, honestly, I think like 6 months or so of not wearing my rings at all to finally be like, okay, I'm just gonna go get my ring resized. So I did. I got my engagement ring resized because this has like diamonds around the side, but then on the back there's like a small amount of white gold, and so they were able to add more white golds. But my wedding band is entirely diamonds all the way around, so I couldn't resize that. Now for a couple of years I've just been wearing it, my engagement ring by itself. I don't know if people look at me and think like, oh, she only has an engagement ring, she must not be married. I am so thankful that I just like bit the bullet and resized it because it brings me so much joy to wear it. And yeah, maybe someday I'll have that wedding band back on, but at least I've got the rock. Let's see, I had some other Q&A questions, but maybe we'll cap it at that because this whole vlog doesn't need to be a Q&A. But hopefully that was fun. If you guys want to ask more like personal questions for me to do like a full-on personal Q&A, you can drop those below, or any questions you have for future Q&A, like could be nutrition, health related. Drop those below. I've got a list going of any questions that y'all have asked, and I'm probably gonna film another one of those here soon. So drop your questions. All right, time for lunch. I thought maybe I was gonna heat up some soup. I have soup in the freezer. Y'all saw that in my meal prep video, but I actually ended up having like more food in the fridge this week because if you watched the meal prep video, I prepped extra ground turkey. So I think I'm gonna keep the soup in the freezer and just make a little bit of like a turkey bowl. Besides balancing protein, carbs, and fat and focusing on nutrient-dense foods, one of the things I also try to think about in my day is color variety. The different colors that show up in fruits and vegetables are different phytonutrients. So I know that I had some pineapple and some of those like yellow, orange, golden berries with my breakfast. So I am gonna chop up the red bell pepper today just to make sure I'm getting some red in. It is seriously the most beautiful day. It's like 70 degrees. When we get this weather in Texas, I try to relish in it as much as I possibly can because it's not gonna last long. So I decided to get out of the house. I'm running some errands. It made me laugh that I got a handful of questions specifically when I posted the Q&A box about fashion and clothing. It's funny though because I caught myself when I saw those coming through. I was like, do people really think I'm fashionable? Because I struggle with feeling like I can express myself in fashion the way that I want to in my current body, which is funny because a lot of the questions that y'all sent in were specifically about dressing a larger body and like struggling to dress yourself when you don't feel comfortable in your skin. So look, I'm gonna be totally and 100% honest with you guys. I struggle with this a lot. I feel like if I had a different shape to my body, I would probably dress pretty differently than I do, or at least like I think that way in my head. And so it's hard because I feel like my body size holds me back from dressing the way that I want to. And let me tell you, like, dressing my body isn't always fun. I do struggle with it a lot sometimes. Shopping isn't always an enjoyable experience. Figuring out like what's gonna fit me, what's gonna work for me, like it's not always fun. But I will tell you, one of the best things that I did for myself after I started gaining weight was buying new clothes, because I spent the first, like, I don't even know how many months after I got sick and started gaining weight refusing to buy any new clothes, because I honestly didn't want to buy clothes in a bigger size. Like, there was something mentally for me where I was like, I don't want to have to go buy a size X. Like, it felt like if I was buying clothes in a bigger size that I was like committing to staying in that body, or I don't know. I don't even know if that's what it is, but there's just a lot of shame wrapped up in it. So for months after my body changed, I refused to buy new clothes, and I don't even know what I wore because it's not like anything that I had fit me. It sucked. I just constantly felt uncomfortable in my body. I like had nothing to wear. I was constantly feeling really held back by the fact that I didn't have anything to wear. I mean, I still struggle with this, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it really helps me to acknowledge, like, I have a different body. I need clothes that fit my body, and I just like accepted it's okay to go out and buy new clothes in a new size. Like, it's okay. In fact, it's so necessary and needed, and it really helped me to just take that step and be okay with buying clothes in a bigger size. Like, who gives a flying crap what number is inside my jeans, right? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's about like wearing jeans that fit me and feel good on me and flatter my body. And admittedly, like, that's still something I'm working through. I do think that being willing to try and giving myself the freedom to like stop worrying about the size and just like go out and buy clothes that fit me and look good on me and that I feel good in, that helped so much. It helped so much. So a couple of tips here. A lot of y'all asked where I shop. I feel like I'm actually going in right now to do a return at Aerie. Aerie is for sure one of the main places I buy clothing from. To be quite frank, like, I don't think Aerie has the highest quality clothing, but I just really like giving them my money because I really appreciate that they really prioritize celebrating different bodies and different shapes and sizes and abilities. Like, it is such an empowering experience to scroll their website and just see like so many different beautiful bodies. So Aerie is for sure one of the main places I shop. Also Old Navy. I feel like Old Navy is super underrated. I actually worked there. That was my very first job when I turned 16. But I feel like Old Navy does a great job of having like on-trend clothing that's not super expensive, that they have a great size range. Old Navy, Aerie, and Target, like, no question, those are pretty much the only places I shopped. I actually just recently, a couple days ago, placed an order for Abercrombie. Not since I was like 15 years old did I think I would ever shop again at Abercrombie, but I don't know if y'all have seen like fashion people sharing about Abercrombie. I have another great thing I did after gaining weight was following mid-size and plus size fashion bloggers. It is so empowering to scroll my Instagram feed and to follow women of larger sizes and like shapes that look more like me, and to see how they dress their bodies. It really is so helpful and powerful to like follow these beautiful women who are truly beautiful and who know like how to dress their bodies, and look at them and be like, she looks so cute in that outfit. Just because she's not like a size 2, I can go rock that. And so that's a great thing I did. But I feel like all of these women have been raving about Abercrombie's Curve Love line for their jeans and like jean shorts. So they just had a sale, so I placed a large order. That's another tip. Here's another tip. This is how I've done shopping for the last handful of years. I order online. So I will like spend an hour scrolling online and I place like a massive order. Like, I'm not kidding, like an insanely large order. I get everything in multiple sizes. I try like all these different styles on, having no idea what's gonna look good on me, what's gonna fit, what's gonna flatter my shape. Like, you have no idea. I do like shopping online though, one, because I really like scrolling and like being able to see how they style things. More and more websites, include like especially Aerie, Old Navy, they now have options where you can click on your size and actually see it modeled in that size. So instead of just like knowing you could order a larger size in jeans, you actually see the model wearing your size, so you know what it looks like on your size body, which is so cool. So I love to order online. So this is just like how I've been shopping. It's kind of ridiculous, but I will place like a gigantic order. Like I literally just placed like $1,000 order on Abercrombie. That like, it's ridiculous. But I literally ordered like, I don't even know, like 8 different pairs of jeans and a bunch of shorts, like all different styles and multiple different sizes, because I have no idea what's gonna fit me. But I'll place a big order and then it gets shipped to my house and I get to try it on in my own home, so I don't have to deal with like being in a dressing room and stressing about like trying things on in a dressing room. I can try it on in my own home. I can try it on with the right stuff. So like if I have a certain top, I can try it on with the right pants that I would wear it with, or you know, the right bra or whatever. And then I can try it on in the comfort of my home and have a few days to like try things on and decide what I really like. And then I will drive to the store and return 85 to 90% of it. Like that's how I've been doing things, which is kind of ridiculous, and it's not like it really saves me time because I drive to the store. So that is something that has helped me. If you haven't tried that, try it. Another thing that has really helped me is to really try to focus on what does flatter me. So like just knowing, and again, I'm not an expert at this yet, like I'm still figuring this out, but just acknowledging like there are a lot of things in style that look atrocious on my body, and just because it looks good on Hailey Bieber does not mean it's gonna look good on me, and that's okay. And so just acknowledging like what is actually flattering on me, and even if it's not like the most on trend thing, if I look good in it, if it flatters my body, if I look good in it and I feel good in it, like I automatically look more stylish in it, right? So I think that's a huge piece, just like what are you gonna feel comfortable in? Another thing that I've acknowledged only recently, like only in the last month or so have I really processed this. I got a dress from Old Navy recently. I'll post it, it's so freaking cute. I wore it a couple Sundays ago. I'm not kidding, at least 12 different people, like random people like at the store or at church, like people I don't know, at least 12 people stopped, like went out of their way to stop me and say, your dress is so cute, and a lot of them said that color looks so good on you. It really made me like process the power of colors. I recently started following this account called The Color Key. I'll give them a shout out here. They're all about helping you figure out like what your season is. I don't know if y'all have heard of like color seasons. You should check them out, it's really fascinating. I'm still trying to figure out what my season is, but it's just helped me process like, hey, there are colors that just like look better on me. And something I realized is I think I look good in bright, vibrant colors, and I used to always wear like bright colors, like bright pinks and floral pattern, and I feel like the last few years neutrals have been super trendy. And don't get me wrong, I love a good neutral, but I don't know, the day that I wore that dress I was like, you know what, I always used to wear like beautiful vibrant colors, why did I stop? So you know, sometimes what's trendy is not necessarily what's gonna look best on you. So just like process what do you look good in, what do you feel good in, what feels like you, and just remember, you right now as you are, in whatever size you are, whatever your body looks or feels like, you are worthy of wearing clothes. Just like whatever size you are in, you are worthy of nourishment. Like you are worthy of wearing clothes that you love, that you feel good in. And I don't know, I know it's hard to go out there and realize like within the span of a couple of months my entire wardrobe didn't fit me, and it's really intimidating to be like, I need a literal whole new wardrobe. So just take it in chunks and take it in pieces and go slow. I mean, I'm still building out a wardrobe that fits my body. Just be kind, be gentle on yourself, and just try your best to celebrate whatever you feel good in. You don't have to spend $1 million. Honestly, I think that's one of the reasons that like Aerie and Old Navy and even Target are places that I'm drawn to. I know that they're not the highest quality necessarily, like the best investments in long-term pieces, but it's really hard when my body has fluctuated so much over the years that like I'm okay investing in things that maybe won't last forever just to like feel comfortable in this current season. So whatever that means to you, I hope that that's an encouragement, but just remember, you are worthy as you are. And honestly, I know this is so freaking cheesy, but I truly believe the most beautiful thing that you can put on your body is a smile. It's joy, and it's the light that burns from within you. Even like having y'all comment on asking where I shop because you love my style, I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I feel like anything you've seen me in my YouTube videos is like, I feel like I'm just wearing like boring sweaters and stuff lately, but I just really think that when you feel comfortable and confident, and even when you don't feel confident, if you just still choose joy and you choose to love people around you and just like shine your light, that truly really is the most beautiful thing that you can wear. And also, I'm just going on a rant here. Here we are. I am on my soapbox and I am soaking it up. I have one more thing to say. I also notice that the confidence that I carry, like when my confidence is stronger and when it wavers, it's less about if my size is changing, if my body is changing, and often it really is more about, do I really have the confidence that I'm caring for my body well? Like, so much of the shame that I have carried in my body for so long was like knowing that I was abusing it when I was thin and when I wasn't. Like, I have abused my body through every size I've been in. Confidence isn't necessarily about like what size my body is. I feel confident when I know that I'm loving, nourishing, honoring my body, when I'm like filling it with nutrients, when I know that I'm making choices that honor it. And that in itself, even if it doesn't change my body size, that in itself gives me more confidence. That helps me show up with more confidence. I can't control the way my body looks. Like, trust me, all I can do is control how I treat my body on a daily basis. And so I just noticed that the days that I know, like, hey, I've been caring for my body, I see that reflected in the external confidence, the desire to like dress in something that feels cute. And you know, whatever size you're at right now, if you're struggling in confidence about your body, just remember, like, it's not about your size. Yeah, so anyways, you are worthy as you are. Go buy something you feel great in, whatever that means. You deserve it, and just remember, you're worthy.